secondhand smoke, which is bound to be a hit. I got a phone call from Cafe Lena. Cafe Lena is in Saratoga Springs, from the oldest running folk club in America. And they were doing this special night of music at a 1,000-seat theater to celebrate the nonprofits in Saratoga Springs. These are the very same nonprofits that are losing funding because the current administration is doing all these cutbacks. These are places like homeless shelters, women's shelters, food banks. They were bringing in songwriters to write songs about people that had been in these programs. The person that I wrote a song about would give a TED Talk for 15 minutes, and then I would go on and I would sing a song about their life. It was a great night. The place was sold out, and they filmed the whole thing. The person that I got to write a song about was named Troy Huggard. And Troy was a veteran of the Gulf War in the 90s. And he got 2 traumatic brain injuries while he was serving in the Navy. They were being fired upon on the ships that he was on. And after the second one, they had to let him go. He moved to Florida, and he developed PTSD. And slowly but surely, all of the relations in his life fell apart. He lost his job, he lost his fiancée, he lost his mom in that time. And on the very night that he had decided to take his life, he heard a story about a therapeutic horse farm in Saratoga Springs. If you don't know about Saratoga Springs, it's one of the racing capitals of the world for racehorses. So this place, this therapeutic horse farm, takes racehorses that are retired, and they put them in a ring the size of this room with someone with PTSD. And it triggers them in a way that they hadn't been triggered in a long time, because they have to trust the animal, and the animal has to trust them. Because of that, it's a successful way to treat that illness, and they've helped to cure 1,000 people of that disease. And it's simply trying to create a rewiring of the system where synapses connect in a way that haven't been connected since before they were traumatized. So I interviewed a guy named Troy Huggard over Zoom for 3 hours, and he's just a brilliant guy, very funny, very beautiful, very broken in all the ways you think he might be. And then I spent 3 weeks writing the song I'm about to play. I finally finished it, I was proud of it, and I sent it off in an email to Troy, and he returned an email immediately back to me. And this is what the email said. It's great. Period. There's no exclamation point. No thumbs up, no heart emoji, no eggplant, nothing. And I thought, well, I've messed this up. The only person I wanted to impress was him, because I was writing it from his voice. I'd only made what he was telling me rhyme, and then I put it to music. So I went up there finally, and I thought I was going to be disappointed in the whole night. And then he came up to me and he had tears in his eyes. And I realized he couldn't express himself in the same way that I'd be able to. He just couldn't. But then we went on stage, he gave us TED Talk. And it was beautiful. I was crying. I was sitting next to him on a stool. I was full on tears. And that was recorded and it's on YouTube. So if you like this song and you want to hear his story from his mouth, you can just put Ellis Paul into YouTube with the word Troy. And you can see that night's performance and his story. And I'm going to sing this song right now. I was just a Navy kid. That's when my whole family did. I was 18, packing up for boot camp in Desert Storm. About all the trouble I'd see, taking fire on the Arabian Sea, with no place to dock her, a coffin for a locker, taking fire from stern to keel, on a ship made of American steel. It got dark. It got dark. It went dark. Back home they told me I had PTSD. They used the alphabet when describing me. I said, goodbye world, I'm gonna set myself free. And the gun went from my hand to my mouth. You see, my whole world had headed south. Then I saw my reflection, and it said to me, hey, you gonna do this tonight? Go get your hair cut, put on your navy whites, officer and gentleman style. Set the mood just right. So I stumbled down to the barber shop, and there I overheard this conversation. The man in the chair said a horse had been his salvation. And the barber said, what could a horse do? What could a horse undo? How's a pony gonna carry you through? Something every psychologist has failed to do. What could a horse do? What could a horse do? So I called up that horse farm right there on the phone. A man named Bobby answered, made me feel less alone. I said, I've looked everywhere, I've turned every stone, and it feels like I've lost everything. And it sounded like he may have had wings. He said, we're gonna fly you up to Saratoga Springs. What could a horse do? What could a horse undo? How's a pony gonna carry me through? Something every psychologist has failed to do. What could a horse do? What could a horse do? So there I stood in this little round pen. They let a 1,500-pound horse ride in. His name was Whiskey, more of a soldier than I'd ever been. But he was scared and I was holding him tight. There was no room for the trouble in my life. And then I rang with Whiskey and me. Oh, our hearts, they beat in some kind of synchronicity. And I trusted him, and he came to trust me. We were two soldiers out on the men, two warriors starting all over again, learning to trust once again. And there was light. Light. What could a horse do? What could a horse undo? How's a pony gonna carry me through? Something every psychologist has failed to do. What could a horse do? What could a horse do?